Hey friends, Chef Wainaina. Today I'm making one of the most popular dishes across West Africa. A dish you'll find across Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Senegal. It's just so popular. Jollof rice. And why is it so popular? Because the dish itself is just so delicious. It's very comforting. It's a dish that will go with almost anything, be it chicken, be it meat, be it fish, or anything you add on to it, it just takes it. By itself, it just stands alone. It's just so delicious. It's just something you want to try. Every time I've gone to my friends from West Africa, mostly Cameroon, Ghana, Senegal, you'll always find jollof rice on the table, and it's just so delicious. So I decided, well, I'm gonna try to do my jollof rice. So today I'm doing a take on my jollof rice. It has all the ingredients that go in it. It's a long list, but that's what makes it just super delicious and just so awesome. It's a dish you just wanna try yourself too if you haven't already tried it. And if you have, you know what I'm talking about. It's just delicious. So what makes a jollof rice just so unique, delicious, and just be loved is the ingredients that go into it. Every single ingredient here adds so much into the dish. They're just so comforting, and just the steps that are taken to prepare it. It's just elaborate, it's meticulous, but it gives out a nice, delicious dish at the end. So what I have here, I have paprika here, I have 1 bay leaf, I have thyme, that's dried thyme, curry powder. I have some chili powder here. The chili powder and the paprika, they are going to help with giving it that deep brownish earthy color. This is tomato paste. I have some tomatoes here. Those are diced tomatoes. This is tomato sauce right here. I have 1 garlic, Scotch bonnet. There's no jollof without some heat in it, and Scotch bonnet plays a big role. Ginger is a big component in it. I have 1 red onion. Jollof takes a lot of onions. Some chicken broth here, my salt and pepper. I have scallions here, and there's no West African food without plantains. In this corner here, I have 2 cups basmati rice. So this basmati rice, I've already rinsed it through very cold water. It's already rinsed, nice and cleaned. You don't have to clean, but most of the rice contains some added starch on it and makes it sticky. I have vegetable oil here. And then to complete my jollof rice, I'm going to add shrimp so that it makes a complete dish. But you can certainly, this is optional for me because I want it to be like my lunch today. Those are the ingredients for my jollof rice. So the next step is just to go cut up chopped garlic, ginger, peppers, my scallions. This shrimp here still has the shell, so I'm going just to remove the shells, but they are already deveined, so that makes it much easier. These I'm going to saute separately and then just add them on top. And then for the plantains, what I'm going to do with the plantains, I'm going to make crisps, almost like chips. So I'm going to fry these like chips. So you can notice here, this is a green plantain because I'm going to make chips with it. So I'm going to start my prepping here. I'll finish peeling and chopping these 3 cloves of garlic. Next, peel and mince 1 tablespoon ginger. Mix these 2 together. Next, I will peel and slice one red onion. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to slice or cut these peppers. Just make it into bite-sized dices. That's perfect. I have one Scotch bonnet here. I'll take out the seeds are very hot, so I'll take half of these seeds, but I'll keep the other half. I'm going to dice these scallions. I'll take the white. I'll save the greens for garnishing. And this, I'm going to mix this with this. I have cilantro here that I'm going to use for garnishing. This one came with the roots. Actually, these roots, they are very, very, very flavorful. So I'm going to take some of these roots, chop them very fine. I'm going to mix this with my garlic ginger mix. It actually adds a lot of flavor, so I'm not gonna throw this out. This is definitely optional, but I like the flavor that comes with the cilantro roots. They have the deep cilantro flavors. So this I'm going to cut for garnishing. I also have some parsley here. I'll mix both. So I have my plantain here. So what I'm going to do with this plantain, I'm going to peel it. It's gonna be a little bit tough to peel. This one gets a little bit tough. Let me try my best. Yep, this is good. Sometimes they are a pain to peel. This one comes out very nicely. Awesome. So I have my mandolin here. I'm going to set it to the lowest as low as I can. This is it's a very, very sharp object. If you are working with it, you want to be very, very, very careful. I'm going to cut this in half. I'm trying to make some plantain chips that are going to give the dish a very, very, very good texture. So there you have it. So this is what I'm looking for, or a little bit thinner. So there you go. Awesome. You definitely want to be very careful with this. So those are my plantain chips. They oxidize very fast. So these ones, you want to work with them as quickly as possible so that you retain the color, or you can keep them under acidulated water. I'm going to keep them here. So this is what I'm talking about. Have a lemon here. Just add some lemon juice. The acid helps it not to oxidize very fast. So I have vegetable oil here that is already going. I want to see if it's come to temp. In the meanwhile, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the plantain. See how they stayed nice, kept their color, they didn't oxidize because they were in water that I added lemon juice. So I'm gonna pat them dry with the paper towel here. And then I'm going to start frying them. Add a few at a time. Be careful. So green plantains makes very beautiful chips. Yeah, they're already crisping. Turn them. This takes about 3-4 minutes to fry. So these chips are ready. I'm going to remove them, drain off the excess fat. I'm going to remove them into a plate with a parchment paper and a paper towel to absorb the excess fat. And then what I'm going to do right away, I will season them so the salt sticks, and then sprinkle them with just a hint of chilies. I'll fry the other batch. So these chips are done. The last batch. Just note, you can actually do this in an oven too. Just cut them as thin as you can. Put them in a very, very, very low oven. And then they are going to bake, so you can skip the frying part of it. So sprinkle them with some chili peppers. And this is done. So I'm going to start making the jollof rice. Look, that's beautiful. This one is a side dish by itself. It's perfect. So my jollof rice starts with a medium size pan. Turn the heat on. I'm going to add like 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I'm using canola here. Once it starts warming up or heating up, I'm going to add my onions, scallions mix. I'll continue cooking these onions until they start caramelizing. Caramelization equals to flavor. So the onions are starting to get color. So I'm going to add my ginger, garlic, and the cilantro roots mix in there. So the reason why I don't add garlics in the beginning and ginger is they tend to burn. So you want to hold those as long as you can. I'm going to add my scotch bonnet, which is about a teaspoon. I'll continue to cook down this. So the uniqueness of a jollof is just the patience that the cooks take to layer in all the ingredients in the dish. That's my tomato paste. I'm also going to add the chili powder. The chili powder adds a kick and also helps with the deep color that jollof rice is known for. So some paprika, sweetness, and adds color too to the dish. So you can see it's already turned that deep reddish color. So we are going to cook this down completely until the tomato paste caramelizes. And you can see the oil already starting to change color. So that is the key to jollof. At this point, the traditional jollof, a cook will add a Maggi cube. So instead of the Maggi cube, I have chicken stock that I will use. Oh, this is good. I'm going to add my curry powder. I'm also going to drop in the thyme, about a half a teaspoon, and the bay leaf. And then I'll just continue cooking this down. It's important to keep on stirring at this stage because it's easy to burn. I'm going to add tomato sauce. So this is a pureed tomatoes. This is the most important stage in jollof making because this is where all the flavor for the jollof is right now. So we're gonna caramelize this, cook down the tomato sauce, the tomato paste until you almost have like a thick paste that is very concentrated. I'm going to add my finely diced tomatoes. Now, I can also add my peppers. A lot of times in jollof, classic jollof, everything is pureed in a blender, the peppers, the onions. I like to skip that stage, have the peppers whole because I like textures. So, but I'm going to make sure that these peppers cook down completely before we add the rice. This is looking good. We need some salt, some more pepper. I'm going to cover this and have it cook slowly for about 15 minutes. I'm going to carefully open the pan and see where our mix is. Yep, this is good. Yep. So at this point, you want to be careful with the burns at the bottom, but good caramelization is good for the deep flavors. So this is awesome. So what I can do now, this is 2 cups chicken stock, and since we have 2 cups rice, so that's going to count as our liquid. So that is 2 cups. I'm going to add 1.5 cups water. I'm going to give this one a very good stir and then bring it back to a boil. Cover it, bring it back to a boil, and then we are going to add the rice. See the deep color there? That is perfect. Put the lid back, bring it back to a boil. Yep, this is coming back to a boil. Going to give this a quick taste. Wow, nice kick. Just a hint of salt, needs a little bit. And then what I'm going to do, add in our rice. I'm going to stir this. I will lower the heat. So at this point, we want to thoroughly mix this, everything together. Once everything is nicely mixed, I have a parchment paper here that I'm going to put right on top here. And then I'm going to put my cover, completely seal it. I'm gonna lower the heat all the way to the lowest setting. And then I'm going to cook it for about 15 minutes. So it's been about 15 minutes. I'm going to open this carefully. I'm going to remove the parchment paper, done its job. And then I'm going to take a fork, flap this. I'm going to turn off the heat now. So all the liquid has evaporated and is forming the crust, or the prized crust at the bottom. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the lid back on and just give it like 10 minutes for it to absorb all the liquid. We are going to come back after 10 minutes. Meanwhile, as our jollof rice finished cooking, I'm going to shell this shrimp. They are already developed, as I said, so I'm going to shell all this, and then I'm going to quickly saute these. So I'll finish shelling this and then saute them. To start the shrimp, I have a small saute pan here. Add some vegetable oil. I'll turn it on high. I want to quickly saute them. Our vegetable oil is nice and hot. I'm going to season this shrimp, salt and pepper. This is what they call jumbo shrimp. I'm leaving the tails on. Nice. Shrimp don't take long to cook. Going to flip this. Once they start turning color and curling, they are done. Shrimp don't take long. I'm going to squeeze some lemon juice here, and then just some cilantro scallion mix. That's basically it for our shrimp. So it's been about 10 minutes and it's time to check our jollof. Here we go. This looks good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to serve this family style. At this point, this is all done. All I can do here, add a little bit of this, and that's it. And put it at the table. I'm going to serve my jollof into this beautiful dish here. Look at that. This is awesome. I'm going to scrape the bottom, and I'm going to put all nice and crispy. This is what is prized with the jollof. Look at that. So this goes on top. My Nigerian friends, West African friends, they tell me this is sought after. Going to garnish with my cilantro. I'm going to take my shrimp, which I kept warm. I'm going to nudge them at the corner. Surround it with shrimp. Put this at the table, and everybody is going to love it. Make this part of your dinner rotations, and you are going to like it. So the last thing I'm going to do, put a heaping of our plantain chips right on top. How about some more of that? You can definitely do the chips on the side, but for me, that's how I would love it. Beautiful. So that is done. So there you have it. That's my beautiful West African style jollof rice. I use basmati rice, plantain chips, shrimp. That's so beautiful. I hope it's a dish that you put in your rotations. Thank you for watching. Remember to comment, subscribe to this channel. See you next time.